Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We appreciate the viewership. We're here with Panhandle Outdoors, and let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. And speaking of comfortable, man, we've had some comfortable days this week. High today, 78, low 67. Water temperature is at 72 degrees at the end of the pier. Sort of settled down. It's going to be pretty steady now, and we're getting some good reports on the catches off the piers, and surf fishing is really starting to pick up. So we'll talk more about that later. Let's take a look at our river readings. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown this morning, a 6.4. It's in good shape, and the Choctawhatchee Caryville, 5.3. Both rivers are level for the weekend, and it looks really good for this coming weekend. We may have a little bit of rain coming in Friday, but also turning a little bit cooler now in the weekend and the first of next week, so maybe some rain. We need a little bit of rain, so that will be good. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Like we said yesterday, neap tides. Not much movement, but you still can go fishing. Don't let that discourage you. You can always catch fish in a neap tide. You just have to move around to different spots and you have to find the fish. And once you find them, sort of sit on them a little bit. So you're gonna have to move around a little bit more and not get in those channels where you normally do when the tide is moving fast. All right, take a look at our wind. It'll be coming out of the south at about 11 today. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with our special guest. Welcome back, folks, and welcome to our guest, Cody Johnson, one of the managers at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back.
We're glad to have you. Been on before. We about couldn't get started because we've been talking about fishing so much, so we had to just stop talking about fishing and get going with the store. But Cody, Academy Sports, one of our big sponsors here, and they're so good to us, and the store itself, I just love going in there. It's just there's so many different segments to go to.
Oh, exactly. You know, this time of year with spring break around the corner,
yeah.
It's exciting times for us. You know, we supply, beach supplies, fishing supplies. We got all kinds of stuff, apparel, shoes.
I got tickled the other day. I was in there and I couldn't find what I wanted. And two different people came up to me asking what I was looking for.
That's great, man.
That's seriously.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was so good. And it's here locally, and Cody, a local guy, here. Bay High graduate?
Yep, Bay High graduate.
Yep. And love the outdoors.
Oh, I love it. Hell yeah.
We were talking about, we're going to get into Spanish fishing and all, but we said, well, first of all, let's, we got to pay the bills. Let's talk about Academy Sports and all the things y'all have for sale. I know one of the things, if you notice lately, I've been wearing these shirts here, these Magellan shirts. Well, the reason I did, when I hooked up with Academy, I started looking at the shirts, and first thing I noticed, as in all clothing, when I go shopping, the doggone price. I said, well, this must be a grand opening price. And they said, no, these shirts, first of all, they're comfortable. Mm-hmm. They're very, very comfortable. You have one on too?
Yeah, I got me on one too.
But the price.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's targeted for fishermen. Needless to say, if you go outside, it's also a great shirt. It breathes, it's affordable. Many different colors. We offer it in large and tall as well. Mm-hmm. So we got all different kinds of sizes and colors. Well,
when you go in the store, take a right, they'll be down there on the left. I know right where they are. Santa Claus is good to me because I sort of hinted around. I want to try some of those Magellan shirts, and I got all long sleeve, short sleeve, and I'm very comfortable in them, and I appreciate them. So I always want to support our sponsors, but I ended up getting a good deal off of it because everybody's same price, like $25 or something.
Oh yeah.
These others, the other brands, I won't call their names, they're like double and triple that, seriously.
Oh, exactly.
Some of these stores.
Yeah, it's definitely really affordable. It's great material. Like we were saying, it's water wicking on some of them, and it's really breathable. It's a great shirt to wear outside.
And we're talking about going fishing, both of us going fishing tomorrow, and we're going to be fairly close to each other, so I'm going to call you and see if you're catching it. If we're not catching it, I'm going to call you. If you're catching them, we're going to come in and fish with you.
Sounds like a plan.
What's some of your favorite kind of fishing?
Me, I like both. I like salt and freshwater. Yeah. There's no, favoritism. This time of year, though, it's all saltwater. We got the mackerel coming in with spring. Redfish are going to start, coming in the bays, and it's a good time.
It is a good time. In fact, he's actually going Spanish fishing, and I'm going red fishing with some folks, and we're all going to be talking to each other. Ironically, we'll be close to the same area, so we will be checking with each other. You told me that we're talking about you like to bridge fish for these redfish, and we're talking about on our fishing reports, catching these big bull reds, how much fun it is, and you go some at night. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I'll go at night. We'll drift anything that looks like a shrimp pattern, and you won't catch a slot size. It's only going to be way over that slot size. So expect a great fight, a good time. You'll have to stay up late, of course, to get them, but the price is worth it if you stay up late.
Do you anchor out in one spot, or y'all move around? How do y'all do it?
We usually drift on the tide, outgoing, ingoing tide, either one. It's moving the bait. It's crabs are coming up to the surface. Full moon preferably. You got your higher tides, but there's always different kinds of ways to get them. They're always there.
Have you found your incoming or outgoing tide any difference in either one, or just a moving tide?
I like it outgoing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. We always talk about us bringing the food. They just sit there with their mouth open and bringing all that food on a buffet. You mentioned crabs, and we're always talking about artificial baits, but if you ever use a natural baits, crab and shrimp are the two natural go-to
exactly.
baits. And these little, especially smaller crabs. And you talking about sometimes you use a cork and all? And
Yeah. I mean, I fly fish a lot. I use like top water, imitations of shrimp, just the variations. Everybody loves top water though. The action is just...
It's just more action than bass fishing or red fishing or whatever. There's a lot more action going. If you had to, do you eat most of your fish? You release them? How do you do it?
I usually release them.
Yeah.
It just depends. If I catch a whole bunch, I'll maybe keep one just for dinner. But most of the time, I just catch and release so the next person can catch some.
I've gotten to where I do that too, but if I'm fish hungry, I'm going to keep one in the ice chest.
Exactly.
But the thing about freshwater fishing, you catch so many freshwater, you start releasing, you're still going to have a bunch of them in the ice chest.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back with Cody. Welcome back here with Academy Sports. We're one of our big sponsors. In fact, here with Cody Johnson, one of the managers. These $25 gift certificates, they help sponsor the Students of the Month. Each month, each student gets one of those, and we appreciate that. And we're going to, on tomorrow's show, we have Students of the Month. We want to give a big shout out to our buddy Mike Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
Mike's he's one of the big dogs of Academy Sports. Y'all have to answer up to him and all. No. But Mike was supposed to be on the show, but I figured he was sleeping in this morning, but he's not sleeping in.
He would love to be here. He would definitely love to be here.
Well, he's been on the show before, and he's really instrumental in getting Academy Sports hooked up with Panhandle Outdoors, and I'll never forget that, Mike, and we appreciate it. So we have Academy Sports has a new fishing brand coming out.
Yeah, H2OX.
Okay.
It was just launched, so it's basically exclusive to Academy. You can only get it at Academy or academy.com. It's great gear. It's durable. There's VCI coating on your utility boxes for saltwater.
Cool.
Mini poles, different kinds of lines. It's a great opportunity. If you're looking to get a long-lasting supply of fishing stuff, our H2OX brand. It's a great start. And we have, from all ranges. You got from the beginner to your expert level. So if it's, your first time buying a pole or it's going to be your last time buying a pole, we got it for you.
Well, this coming is a local guy, grew up here, and the fish is here, so he knows what he's talking about. So when you go into Academy Sports, the fishing section is off to your right. And somehow I start leaning that way when I walk into the store. I want to go look at all this stuff. It's a great selection and very helpful in there. And that's a new brand you're launching.
It is. It is. Like I said, it's exclusive to Academy. So, come shop, see what we have in store. Yeah. We won't disappoint you.
Good. We'll check that out. Also, springtime, we talked about it before, some things to do in the springtime. And one of the things I mentioned the other day, you want to do some camping and get set up in a camping situation. Not too far from fishing section is a camping section.
Oh, exactly.
You got a sleeping bag, you got a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, we got sleeping bags, tents, your fire starters, camping stoves, portable stoves, everything you could ask for.
I want to encourage you. I talk about camping a lot, and I want to encourage you to get into it. This is the time of year to go. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's springtime.
I agree.
And if you've never tent camped, you really need to start off as a tent camper. You really do. And then you appreciate the stuff as you work your way up. We did that at tent camp, and there's something special about sleeping in a tent.
Oh, exactly.
You know some of that, hadn't you?
Oh, of course.
And the campfires and all, and go ahead. The thing about it, these state parks, we talked about it yesterday, the state park cabins, but also all these state parks down here, now they're getting so full up because people are camping more.
Yeah.
So you got to call and make reservations a lot of times, especially. So I know when I teaching outdoor ed, teaching kids to set up tents and everything, they love that.
Oh, exactly.
And about 80% of them have never been camping. And
That's amazing.
yeah. But the ones that do it, they just flat out like it. So you got all that stuff in there. So you got fishing, you got camping, you got clothing, sunglasses. I saw some good sunglasses.
Yeah, we have a big selection of sunglasses. You know, we got polarized, just your regular lens, clear lens, stuff for youth, baseball, you know, glasses.
Yeah, and I was talking about all the sports. They've got a whole section of baseball, soccer, everything.
Oh, exactly. And like we've been told by customers before, oh, you know, we're so happy this academy's here. We don't have to go all the way to Dothan just to get baseball gear, you know. So
that was a big deal when they were establishing. I was talking to Mike Reynolds some, and that was one of the big things. And when he did the scouting and what this area needed was something like that. To get
oh, exactly. And it's great, you know, we're able to get these gifts to these families, you know.
The one thing I was looking for the other day, I could not find, and you need to call Mike and tell him we got to do something about it. Badminton.
Badminton. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I was looking for one of my viewers, Greg Taylor. We have these carpenter bees, we all do, and we swat them with fly swatters. Greg said use a badminton racket. Well, I go around, first I go to Academy Sports looking, and I couldn't find one, and went to other places. You can't find badminton rackets anymore.
Yeah.
So y'all got to tell Mike you got to order them, but badminton's a fun game. Okay, one of the biggest things as a manager, I know when I go in there, he's never in one spot. You bounce around. I mean,
I'm one of the few people that can be in 3 places at once.
Literally. He was almost running the other day. He was in the back right-hand corner, and by the time I caught him, he was in the middle of the store. I had to chase him down, almost tackled him. The biggest thing that I love about Academy Sports is just a big selection. I mean, a lot of sports and golf. In fact, I bought my son-in-law some golf balls there, and I had a good selection of golf balls there.
Well, that's what most people that go in the store, you know, they say they're looking, and you know, I pretty much promise them they'll leave the store, you know, without buying something, you know. Yeah. They won't leave the store without buying something.
One thing about it too, with young people, you know, you have some graduation presents, and we still give graduation presents and a gift card or something to Academy Sports. I know we got some friends, kids, some of that, and they really
exactly
really like those things.
And it doesn't matter what you like, you know, there'll be something for everybody in the store.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's get back to fishing, and we're planning our fishing trip for tomorrow. Before we do that, I have some pictures. So my fishing, I've got some pictures different folks have sent. We're talking about Spanish mackerel.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Who told you they were in? You just sort of heard from
just word on the street says they're in.
Yeah, then we're talking about word on the street. Okay, we're going to start off with a couple of pictures. Okay, here we go. We don't have it up there, Jeff. I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break. We'll get set up. We'll come back with some pictures and talk a little bit more about fishing. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're watching our show this morning. Sitting here with Cody Johnson, one of the managers at Academy Sports, a Bay High graduate and a big outdoorsman, all kinds of things he does in outdoors. Let's take a look at our fishing game times right now, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at one time today, 11:50 to 1:50. Now we're going to show some fishing pictures, but we just have to show some. If not, we'll get way behind. Let's start with this one right here. Joe Butcher, he got that's a nice trout, isn't it, Cody?
Oh yeah, that's huge.
A nice trout there. He's caught him on, look at that plug right there. See that? That's a nice little plug right there. Good color. Okay, I have somebody's Panama City fishing page. Mike McLaughlin sent this. Mike, let's read. Now Mike is, I'm gonna tell you who he is, but let's talk about what it is. Spanish or in, a limited out in an hour yesterday, trolling from County, this was Sunday afternoon, trolling from County Pier East, parallel to Thomas Drive. He was trolling at 5 to 6 miles an hour. Water was so slick Sunday, Max was almost jumping in the boat. Look at Mike McLaughlin. Mike is a principal at North Bay Haven. Okay, good job, Mike McLaughlin. Came down from Michigan, he loved to fish, and he caught on down here real good. Been here a good while now. Greg Becker, we're just talking about this. Greg got 3. What do you think, Cody?
Yeah, they're good sizes. That's exciting to see.
You know, I was looking at them, there are a couple of small ones and that one big one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why when they're traveling to schools, they're all different sizes, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, let's see, a couple more. Here it is, found a limit. This Kyle Israel found a limit, and he was trolling king mackerel rigs, and at 6 or 7 miles per hour, and even trolling squirrel fish. But that's exactly what they were doing right here, just getting some good trolling right there. Now you don't want to leave them at the bottom of the boat, do you?
Oh no.
Good job. And then 1 or 2 more. Let's go surf fishing. We're talking about Saturday afternoon. Bill and Penny Quality. Look at that. Isn't that a big one?
Oh yeah, that's definitely not slot size.
So what we just did, we just showed you a big variety of fish you can catch around here. Mm-hmm. And so tomorrow you're going to go fishing for redfish or?
Yeah, whatever bites, honestly.
You're going for red or Spanish?
Yeah, I'm going to try for Spanish, but whatever bites.
And we're doing the same thing. Our first target tomorrow is going to be redfish. Your first target is going to be Spanish. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to call, I got a number in here, I'm going to call them up about, probably about 7, I'm going to give you an hour. We're going to go about 6:30 right after the show. And I'm going to call you and see if you're catching them. I'm going to come over there.
Oh, yeah.
And get right where you catch them.
I'll give you the insight, yeah.
You're going to be on a boat or you're going to be on shore?
I'll just be offshore.
Okay, I know where you're going to be. So we're going to ride by with a boat and maybe cut your line or something.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about being an outdoorsman. Let's share some of the other things you enjoy in outdoors. We know you love to fish. You love to surf.
Oh, yeah, I love to surf. This weekend was great out there. It was pretty crowded, but, you know, there was a good swell, so it was nice and fun.
And you enjoy camping and backpacking.
Yeah, I lived in the mountains for a couple years, so definitely had to, get into mountain biking, camping, the whole, Rocky Mountain outdoors.
Oh, cool. Have you been on part of the Appalachian Trail, I see?
I have. I spent a week out there backpacking by myself. It was a cool experience. I was alone, so I got the full on, how to find water, conserve food, carry a light pack and set up camp every day.
We've talked about that experience, that sort of surreal experience before in nature. It could be, 40 miles out in the Gulf of Mexico, or sitting in a tree stand up in Jackson County, or up on a trail, in an Appalachian Trail, and something when you're by yourself. I've always felt I just had this closer feeling to God and nature in those moments in my lifetime, I think, than I ever have. It's just always special being outdoors.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Do y'all have much backpacking stuff at Academy Sports?
Yeah, we do actually have a selection, and we also have a lot of accessories too.
Yeah.
Survival packs, basically like first aid, like I was saying, fire starters, quick and easy stuff for when you're backpacking.
I've always had a tickle. We're talking about fire starters, and my dad was around. He said, "Son, just get a match." But we don't always have a match. So the fire starters, the technology of them over the years has really been fascinating.
Kind of neat it because sometimes even like when I was on the AT trail, it rained 70% of the time. So finding dry stuff, it's almost impossible.
Exactly. We've been on the trail before. We just have all you have. We just put a poncho over us.
Yeah.
And that's the only part we try. Everything around us wet. Then you got to set up camp in that rain. And then it rains all night. Then you get up the next morning. So you're right. Matches will get wet. Mm-hmm. And that's something you got to have a fire. Okay. This one thing about being one of the managers of Academy Sports, you really don't know when your day's off is. So you got to talk to Mike Reynolds, and we got to start when Cody wants some time off of fishing. Mike, you got to understand that we're going to look at I've already looked at a tide chart for next week, and we've talked about the tides next week. So, So next week you're going to get some days off from Academy Sports and do some fishing.
Oh yeah, we'll be out there.
Okay. Love to fly fish.
Yeah.
You tie your own flies?
I tie my own flies. I've been doing it for about 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm actually really good at it. I'm not as good in the freshwater as I am saltwater, but I'm still learning.
What determines the color that you tie?
The colors I use?
Yeah, different colors on.
I prefer chartreuse and red down here. I'm not sure what it is. The fish just love it. But needless to say, I have purple, pink, any color you can think of.
That bright color, they're attracted to that bright color. Next time you come on, I want you to bring a collection of the flies that you have tied, and we're going to talk about fly fishing, especially in the saltwater area. In the Spanish, when they're out there, they're a lot of fun to catch them.
Oh, they are. They're a blast.
Yeah, and in fact, I see guides. Sometimes we're out fishing, and we're out there trolling, and I know some of the guys, Matt Smith. He'll take his people fly fishing right.
Oh yeah! If you could spot fish and lock on a school of fish, you could catch them all day.
And that's exciting. I always get a kick out of that. One of the things, we're talking about Spanish mackerel because they're here now and they're going to be in abundance. And in the weather, you just saw the pictures. Cody has heard it from on the street from his buddies and all. And the word spreads fast. And you look at the peer reports, check out some peer reports all throughout the Panhandle, and they're catching Spanish. So that's what we concentrated on here for a couple of weeks. So, but now don't forget the bass fishing and brim fishing is going to be good too. I got a big selection of that stuff.
Oh yeah, soft plastics, crankbaits, spinner baits, rooster tails, you name it, we got it.
And for surf fishing, I was in there the other day looking for fish bites. They have fish bites in there. And I remember when Mike was here, I said, one thing you got to get in the tackle store is some fish bites.
Yes, please come in and buy some fish bites.
Yeah, they work good, don't they?
Oh, they do.
They're phenomenal. So all kind of, and you gold spoons and silver spoons.
Yeah, we also we now sell frozen baits as well.
Okay.
So like if you need frozen shrimp, frozen chum, everything.
Oh, good deal. Well, we're gonna have to start wrapping things up. Again, I want to thank you for sponsoring Students of the Month, and we're going to have them on for tomorrow's show and giving them a $25 gift certificate. We appreciate y'all sponsorship for the kids.
Of course. It's a pleasure to be on your show again.
Yeah. We love having good folks at Academy Sports, and like I said, Mike's going to come on next time. I know he stays busy. So, Cody, thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
You have a good day today. I'll call you tomorrow fishing, okay?
Oh, yeah, sounds great.
All right, y'all do something good for someone else today. Enjoy our great outdoors and take care of outdoors and take pride in it. Enjoy it, and y'all have a great day today, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.